Hey guys, my name is Cidiac and welcome back to the first ever city that I built in Cities Skylines. Guys, recently, about a week ago, I did a video on revisiting the first city I ever built, again in Cities Skylines, and you guys loved it, and I kind of mentioned briefly, wouldn't it be fun to try and fix this city? And a lot of you guys wanted to see that in terms of me, again, fixing the city, fixing the traffic, fixing all its problems, to see what I can do now in terms of the knowledge that your boy has, which is not a lot when it comes to the modern playing styles of Cities Skylines. If I can implement those new techniques into my very first city, and if I can get it back to a fully functional state. Now, there's many issues with it, and we'll get onto those in just a moment. But guys, welcome to episode 1 of what is going to be a mini-series, so not too many episodes, so it depends on how long it takes me to fix the city. And can I just say this right now? It's Cidiac tries to fix his first ever city, not Cidiac is going to fix his first ever city, because I can't promise anything, guys. It might just be a huge mess, and I might have to scrap this series. You just never know. But yes, if you do enjoy this, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you want to see a second episode of me to continue trying to fix this, because there's so many issues, it's going to take more than one episode, let me know by smashing that like button. If you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe so you're notified that next episode does come out. But boys, we are back. Now, just to kind of get through some of the issues that we do have. 1, the city's losing money. 2, we have I don't know how to say this. Traffic in ridiculous places right now on all different junctions, and this is just that one side. The city is complex, to say the least. I have some roads that I don't really need. Like, what is going on over here? Like, this whole section here. What is going on? I don't know. I don't know. A lot of things I question. There's a freaking airport there. There's an airport over here. There's an airport over here. There's an airport over here. Yeah. I know. Just, you don't have to say anything. So, we're going to try our best to fix the issues and get into a functional city. Now, one of the challenges that I want to do within this little mini-series is, if I take a look at our traffic flow, it's currently 59%. One of the challenges I want to do is trying to get the traffic up to at least 80, potentially up to 85%. Now, it's going to be really, really difficult because it's so compact, some of these areas. They don't make sense. It's going to be a lot of roadworks that we need to change and whatnot. But that will be one of the goals that I want to try and complete. The other goal is trying to make consistent profit as well, which it could be difficult. And I want to try and get some type of public transport system in. The one I got in right now is literally all over the place, so it's quite a mess. So we'll spend, if we do a couple of episodes on this, I think we'll spend each episode focusing on a small area, give ourselves a small little task, but things need to change dramatically. Now, I think what we'll focus on this episode is this area here. Now, the reason for that is, if I go back into the traffic again, we have, this is a big industrial area over here, and it's a lot of vehicles trying to get in and out. Majority of them trying to get out right now, so we need to kind of create some system to get vehicles out a whole lot quicker. Also, the highway right now, these two junctions are overfilled, and we have a lot of vehicles trying to just pass through the junctions in general as well. And we have these really weird underground tunnels that really don't make much sense, and it leads into this downtown area right now. It's all over the place, this little area. So we can kind of sort this out, because this is the entrance to Seni City. So if we can solve that, I might start to see improvements elsewhere. Or I might just push all this traffic to another area and we'll have another problem. That also could be a thing that happens. So what we'll do then, we'll focus on this area and we'll progressively go through each area trying to fix it. And fingers crossed we can get it sorted. So enough jibber jabber Cidiac. Let's start making a plan. So what I'll do first then is I'll work with the highways. So rather than trying to fix the traffic right now, I'm going to work with the highway, sort this out. This little strip here, maybe down to there, and then we'll try and get them all to filter onto the highway a little bit more easier and get things to flow through. So my biggest issue is trying to get vehicles, one, over the highway or past it. Now we have build up leading in, and we have a little bit of build up leading out too. So we're going to pause it, and I'm going to get rid of the whole system I have here right now. Right, get rid of all of that to there. And what we'll do is we'll have a straight road from there. Okay, the anarchy that. To there. For some reason it decided to elevate that bit. What are you doing? Game. Bam. To there. Right. That is what we're going to do on this little section. And then we're going to have an on and off ramp that leads down to this road, thus eliminating the congestion on the roundabout. Now you could argue, well, when it causes then traffic jams on the slip roads, Junction trying to flow off, it can do, but we're going to do the perfect lane management. Now we're going to do a few little things, because we do have this highway running down here, which if I set up a junction correctly over here, it could lead to vehicles in there. So we could do something to make sure they don't crisscross over and cause issues. Now I'll explain what I've got in my head in just a moment, because it might seem a little bit weird, a little bit funky, but we can definitely do this. So it's a little bit of a diagonal strip right now, so I kind of have to play around with this. So if I go to there and I bring that one up to there, and then if I can try and mimic it in the same like area, and right to there, to there. Right, some of these fixes aren't going to be beautiful. Let's just kind of throw that out there right now. It's just gonna, it's just gonna be how it's gonna be. I'll try and get them beautiful, but it's gonna be a huge ask for this city. It really is. So let me push this over a little bit. Let me reduce that bend slightly. There we go. And then we have a standard. This is what I kind of generally use in city building right now, is this kind of standard on and off section. And if we just slope this wonderfully, get more of a natural elevation change, and do the same thing over here real quick. Bam, 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 bam. I'm not saying that's going to solve traffic issues, but it just looks a little bit better in a way. And then what we do is we then sort out the junction here. So this, what I'm about to do right now, is going to set us up for the future. It really is going to set us up for the future. So if I sort out them lane managements right now. Oh, actually, before I do that, hold on, boys. Let me upgrade this road here, and again, it will all make sense. Or can I go for a chunkier road instead? There we go. So what I've done, these are 6 lane, 6 lane roads. That's a 4 lane. Now, doing sweet lane math, you can see how that then works. So if you're coming down here in 3 lanes, the right hand lane is the turn, which then the 2 straight lanes go ahead, which split into 2. And then it becomes 3 again with that one turning there. Now, my thing is, if you were coming down the highway and you want to go over to here, then the thought process would be you'll turn off here and then turn to go that way. I'm not allowing them to do that on this junction. Now, for good reason. One, it reduces the lanes that have to cross over one another, which then no one slows down to allow another vehicle to pass through, thus reducing the backlog and the wait time and the congestion of the traffic. Now, that's not to say, oh, Seniac, but then how are they going to get off the highway to go down to here? Well, the majority of the traffic right now using this highway is coming from either from here or on this tunnel there, which connects there, from this region. So what they would do is they'll drive down to here at the moment and then take this road, which, again, by lane management, it just completely passes over. And then instead of going down there. So I'm redirecting them in different ways to kind of spread out the traffic a little bit. Now, it's not useful for everybody because you get people down here that want to hit the highway and then turn off to go that way, but now they can't. But they will take a different route. They'll take this junction here, drive up, come off here, and go in this way. So I'm trying to not move the traffic to another area. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to kind of create some basic systems. So then once they're in place, I can then really start to see where the traffic comes from, and then I can rectify what I originally changed. So it could be in an episode or two I come back to this whole junction over here, and then we sort out the lane management again, because then I understand where the traffic's flowing and where it's going. So we'll give it a minute or two then for it to kind of update the routes. Let me bring that in slightly. Now, what I also have to do as well is sort out these become 2-lane highway roads. Because that made so much sense, didn't it? So, highway, highway, highway. Bam, bam, bam. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Because again, we're doing lane math, boys. That is what we're trying to attempt. So sort those out. Now, somebody said in the comment section as well, and I didn't even realize this, when I'm doing this, I'm doing Control S, and it's turning on and off this down here. When I always complain about the node snapping's always gone, it's because your boy keeps turning it off, and I didn't even realize it. So everyone who told me in the comment section, appreciate it. Right, that's all done then. And we're just going to get rid of the traffic lights on there. And we set these junctions right now to continually flow through the traffic. And then we shouldn't really have any issues on that junction itself. Now, got some stuff ticking along over here right now. Is the traffic lights? Yep. So let's get the traffic lights going up so far in this road. There we go. Get rid of them there as well. So that can freely flow. We'll work on this a little bit later. I just want to see where all this traffic comes from. So sweet. We've adjusted our first little setup over here, which is going to be really interesting to see what then happens. Now, I want to do the exact same thing for over here. Right. The exact same thing getting set up. Now, it's going to work a little bit differently for these guys because, you know, they're going to come up to here, go there. I might have to keep that bridge in. I might not. But then again, they can come up, take it in there, and then they can still do what I need them to do. But the exact same thing's going to happen right now. So again, I'm pushing traffic in a different area. So let me get this all right now. We'll go to here. Actually, we'll cut across. I'll upgrade it where I need to upgrade it, rather than messing about. Got to keep it all elevated. So I'm still staying true to the design of the city. Still staying true to it. I thought that looked like a different road. Yeah, still staying true to the original design that I created for the city. But I'm just adding a little bit of touches here and there to kind of sort things out slightly. And then lane management. So we'll first start with these. Oh, did I do that over here? Yeah, I did. Just there as well. Then here. Again, I'm not going to allow them to do what I want them, well, to go in both directions. We'll allow them just to make those turns, just to alleviate the traffic for now. And then we'll come back to it to see where everything falls into place. So junction restrictions, continue to allow them to flow through. So it will be a while before we start to see any changes or benefits or improvements or even anything negative happen for it in general. So we're just kind of going to allow it to take its course in many ways. So while that happens, then we can then start to work on different areas. So we'll leave this to as it is right now. We'll then see how the vehicles and traffic adjust to that new route. We'll get rid of the traffic lights here. Up to there, up to there, up to there. Just to kind of give it a little bit more of a free flow before they have to start changing directions. Right, there we go. Sweet, 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 sweet. Okay, right. Our next issue then is now we start to change the flow of traffic. We start to get a little bit of a build up over here, but that will slowly move as time goes on. We'll get rid of the traffic lights down to here as well. There we go. So that traffic can continually flow through. And we'll also take a look at the traffic coming out of this industrial area over here as well. So we'll understand exactly what's going down with them, where they're heading for, what's going down. There's a lot of traffic lights coming down here as well I want to get rid of. So they're all coming out, and the majority of them either want to go straight on up to the highway, or they're taking this underground tunnel which leads up to here, which joins the highway there, or goes under and then joins the highway up over here as well, which that in itself causes issues, but that's not actually a bad idea when you think about it. It's just poorly implemented is the issue. It really is. Now, there's a lot of traffic trying to build up and kind of get out of this kind of section right now. So we need to implement something or put something in its place that we could really benefit from. And I'm going to have to kind of create a more complex system to what we've got here to be able to funnel out the traffic a whole lot easier. But if I can do it, it's going to be freaking genius. Genius moves right now is what I'm kind of currently going for. Genius moves. So it does require then me pausing the game, and then I'm actually going to delete all of this middle road right now because I want to create my own system. And we're going to keep it to the 2-lane highway for a minute. And can I... Where's the middle point? It's here. Bring that out to about 10. But then make it go underground. Okay? Okay? You see where this is going? You see where this is going? Now, the majority of the traffic is leading out. Nothing's really coming in. So it's going to be a one-way system to go out. They then split their directions if they must to go in different directions. So then with the one-way or the slip ramped roads, as they're going to be known at this moment. Now this is actually going to be really difficult to now try and implement, isn't it? So I'm trying to think what the best method would be for me to do this. I want to try and get the lanes running parallel either side. So just bear with me a second. Let me just delete this. I will replace them back in. As long as I don't press play, the buildings won't destroy. So it seems quite complicated what I'm doing. And do we have like... We can do it with the normal roads, so we can still get what's set up over here. So if I drop that in... Right, I'll make it go this direction first. Oh, it's going to be so difficult, this is. Right, place that there. Right, just hold on a second, guys. Right, get the move it tool. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam. And then slightly push that up. To there. Right, I've copied it, and I'm going to paste it just there. Right. It's not entirely the same position. Right, that should be about right. And then can I get that normal road to then connect up and through? It's a very close connection, isn't it? It is a very close connection. I'll undo that. I might not actually add in that road just there. Oh, I've deleted what? I've just deleted that middle bit. I didn't want to delete that. Sediac, you damn fool now. Alright, if I get that... Well, if I first get it tearing through... No, oh, that's going down too far. Minus 10. There. Oh, I had the wrong thing selected. Right, there we go. So it goes under there. But allow me then to create something a little bit further away. Told you this is quite complex, to say the least. To say the least. Right, I'm changing my mind now on some of this. So if I bring that back down to here, bring that one back down to here, and then we get the 6-lane road. No, 6-lane. We need. Oh wait, it's the wrong type of road as well. So what is going on with me today? Oh, that's all upgraded, right? Yeah. What is going on with me today? So it's I need a 4-lane road. Is what I'm asking for right now. So if I bring that to there, bring that to there, and if I can slide that to there and to there, and with the move it tool, I'm trying my best right now. No, I can't change things with that moving like that. Oh, also, I just realised I can't do it there. Because of that junction. I've got to connect the junction, haven't I? Right, let's try that again. Oh wait, how many roads do I have here? There was multiple roads there, wasn't there? Right, bring that one. It's all that copy and pasting I was doing. Right, that up to here. You're probably thinking, Cynic, what are you even doing right now? I've made that wonky and destroyed some buildings. Right, we got this. I promise you guys, we've got this. Right. So, that originally goes back to there, like we just did. Then we got that little bit of a side road. That we're going to have to connect out like that. Oh, will you not let me get this side done now? Well, I'm going to have to do that. I know I just deleted something, but slide it back in. Alright, does it kind of look semi the same? Ish. Yeah. I don't think we're going to get the exact same on both sides. So it kind of splits there. Then you get the underground tunnel happen before the start of the junction. That's what I'm trying to implement, okay? That's what I'm trying to implement right now. And we'll see how this plays out. So from this point of view, right? Oh wait, I just realised something as well. I didn't do it as a one-way road, and you can't do it in that format. You've got to do it in this format, but it doesn't work like that. There, that's the road I wanted. That's the road I wanted. Right, flip that round. There we go. And this starts from the bottom down here, straight up. And let's get the remainder of all the other roads now connected. Oh my goodness me, I've never known for something to be such a big pain. Thankfully, we've now got it done. There we go. That might be a little bit too far away, that road. Oh, do you know what I'll do here then instead? We'll, I'll bulk it up to there as a normal star road, then it all changes. I'll rezone everything back in so everything comes together nicely. So this is how this is going to play out, okay? We have this road here, go down to there. That road goes down to there. That road to there. That road to here. Now, I'll allow these roads here on this junction to do what they need to do. But that is literally how it's now going to happen here. I'll make... Actually, do you know what? I could literally just make that be the turn here. And that to be the turn there, just to kind of get away from stuff. This to be the turn here. And then leading back there, they should automatically be in the lanes that they need to be in. Right, that's all pretty much set up. There we go. No confusions going down with who's in what direction. And that tunnel will then take over and take its place. So, not saying this is going to solve everything, but this will be our first steps forward into doing it. So I'm going to paint the rest of the industry that I've now deleted back in. There we go, and all those little nooks and crannies. And we then get hooked up with that singular road that we've got here. So, let me get that back on. Up to there. Up to there. We should actually merge it into a singular lane, shouldn't we? So the standard. Bam. Move that over a bit more. That's a different road here, isn't it? Yeah. And then lane management. Merge into a singular there. And then off it goes in whatever direction. At this minute, at this moment, it doesn't really matter for me. I've just got to hook up the underground section. Now, if I delete this, right, but we then go back to the highway 2-lane system, upgrade it into a 2-lane road. So that comes off the highway that we've been setting up. There we go. That splits and then into a single slip road going in that direction. We'll come back to that in just a minute. I've just then got to hook up that underground section. What's going on? Alright, I didn't click on the straight bit. 2 here, right? So then the bypass happens before the junction. Everyone gets into their correct lanes as they come off this, as they then start to slowly flow through. And because the amount of traffic that's in this area, it is going to take some time for them to realize what they can actually do, how the lanes affect one another, and vice versa. It's definitely different, okay? It's definitely different. Now, this leads up to here, where I need to kind of sort something out. For the most part, it's not really hurting anybody with what I've actually done. So I'm going to leave it... Oh, damn. Gotta get out of that underground mode. So for the most part, I'll leave it as a singular 1 lane. And we'll come back and... I'll probably create a whole junction here. I just want to see what demands we get from this right now, because it completely changes how it implements and sorts out all the traffic. Right, the problem we got right now then is this. What is going down here? Now, a lot of vehicles want to turn left, but we initially have the issue leading up to that. So why don't we just sort out the junctions themselves, like that lane to turn that way, that lane to turn that way, this lane to go this way, this lane to go this way. So the right-hand lanes are taken up with where they need to go. That lane goes that way, that lane goes this way, and that's the lane to go straight on, that's the lane to go straight on as well. And then I can start to see what lane becomes more dominant. Then you understand the flow of the traffic on that junction. And they're all over the place here. It's like they can't decide which lane they need to be in. But again, it's going to take a minute or two for them to sort all this out. There's not as much traffic right now into these intermittent roads, which is good to see. But then again, it does mean I'm pushing the traffic somewhere else. We're not really getting any traffic on that junction here, which again is good to see. Same for this one. It's got the vehicles now passing through. So we've done some slight improvements already. The traffic flow is still the same. That won't solve any issues just yet. But it's now about just clearing this backlog out. So from what I can see then, there's a lot of people trying to make a left-hand turn. Now, are they making that left-hand turn because they turn off here, go down here, to do a left, to then come up into this area? I think that might be the case, to be honest with you, which is actually quite funny. It is quite funny. Yeah, I think it might be the case. Which that's fine for now, because at least we understand where they're trying to get to. But we're ultimately trying to clear this backlog. Now, the main issue was, and the main thing we're focusing on, was getting the traffic out of the industrial area through. Now, we're all using that road. A lot of vehicles are all starting to flow through and as they kind of pass under. But then the backlog's now over here as they're trying to get into their directions. Now, we have some traffic over here. I'll take the traffic light system there. I'll put that to go straight on, so you can't turn in there, so that means I'll pass down and I'll cut in over this way. I'm just literally moving the traffic to a different junction. Keep that flowing, because that is causing backlogs here as well. So we'll start moving right now. And yeah, we do need to sort something out here then. But that's not the issue, sorting out a left-hand turn there. It's where they're all going. So if I pick a vehicle at random, and you're going over to here. Now, if I pick a vehicle, say over here, oh no, you're going that way. I want someone who's going into that area. Yeah, they're going up to here. So they are using that to kind of go round. So we now need to think of a way in which we can solve that happening. Now, we did know that was going to happen because obviously the way we set up these junctions here, we 100% knew that was going to happen. So now we have an idea of what we can do as junction. Now, for me to add or allow that to start doing those turns, I don't really want to because it's going to cause stop and starts all the time, and then we've got issues. So I've got to allow them or bring them in a different way. I'm thinking we need to get rid of this airport because it's in a terrible location right now. Terrible location. But this could also be what we use to maybe filter in the traffic into there. But then that's one too many junctions, isn't it, at that point? It is. So what we'll do now is we will allow this. I'll allow that, and to save a little bit of time, we merge them both into a singular lane. And I'll do the exact same thing on this one. So again, it's all about understanding the traffic flow. So the only time they're going to be stopping is stopping vehicles here. That's all that's going to be happening. But it will get rid of them driving around this part, which there wasn't that many doing it, to be honest with you. And now allows this to flow out a bit more. But then where will that push the traffic to at that point? I don't know. Again, going to be very interesting. It really is. But that is the roll of the dice that we do. It really is. So, looking good then. We still got a few issues here, there, and everywhere. But this should now slowly start to clear as people can do those turns. What's the traffic flow saying these days? Still 59. We haven't changed it. I've just moved the traffic to a different location. Ultimately, that's what I've done, isn't it? Right, lane management here then. That's the turn there. To turn there. That's to go straight on. We'll have that to go straight on as well. That to go straight on. That to go straight on. That would merge into that lane. So I'm not allowing them to do a turn here, as that is reserved. You have to go down one of these lanes maybe. And then my next issue is getting these guys to go this way. So that's where they're going to do the turn from then. Like I said, it's going to cause backlogs for these guys right now. But we'll see if that back end is on this junction. We'll see if that starts to reduce and see what happens. This has become more singular right now as people are trying to go straight on. So what I'm going to do is, just for now, I'm going to add give way signs here. So those guys can literally flow directly through. Hold on. So they get the priority to pass through the junction. Or at least they should. I don't think that's really going to work, is it? I don't really think that's going to work. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to switch things up. So this junction right now, get rid. Bam, 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 bam. We are going to change things up a bit more. Now, a lot of this is just kind of, I wouldn't normally do this stuff, but because I'm trying to fix issues we're still trying to remain to the same layout, then you kind of have to adapt, don't you? You kind of have to. So if I go down to there, and if I go down to there, oh, that's not elevated. Down to there, and then that's 6-lane road. We'll upgrade to there. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. So what we're saying now then is, this is the switchover, crossover. If you want to do right, they're not merging over one another. It will mean that these guys can't turn in. So I'm doing like a mini junction in a way. That's kind of what we're getting at right now. So if I go and do, say, that road to there, to there. Cuts in. And then if we do a bend of a 9. That's a bend of a 9 as well. Wow, that kind of seems a bit OTT. And then we just kind of fall it in slowly. But I have to upgrade this here to that style of road. That bends way too much, doesn't it? Alright, push it out a bit more. So the bend's not as sharp. Can't really get away with it as much, can you? They're not as forgiving as when you do like a highway. But yeah, you get the idea of that. Right? So for now, if I just kind of keep it to this. So sort all that lane management out right now. To there. Bam, to there as well. So that goes to that one. They switch over there. That merges into that one. That goes down to there. Yeah, everything flows through wonderfully. Get rid of traffic lights there and there. Right, you get the idea of it. That's kind of how that works. Now, I need to replicate the same thing in this direction. So let me pause again. So, with that singular road. And I mean, it's kind of difficult when the road's not straight anyway. Well, let me redo this one. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's hilarious, some of this stuff that the roads make right now. Even I'm like, yo, what's going down? Right, just roll with this, okay? Roll with this monstrosity. Roll with it, okay? You get the idea that I tried to accomplish. Let's just not talk about it right now. So why would this not go straight? Oh, it's because it's a whole one-way road, is it? Yeah. No wonder the traffic was all dying out then. Right. Okay. Oh, also I just realised as well, we could benefit with that being that type of road. So let's get back into it. So that's all straight like that. That's all perfect. Sort that out again. Bam. Add in that extra lane. Right. Good. Okay. Sweet, mate. Sweet. So it's not perfect. It doesn't allow everybody to go into the directions that they want to go in. It just allows for a more simpler direction. Like you can't do a left-hand turn here. So it pushes the traffic up to that way. But alleviates it in other areas. You see where we're going with this? Yeah, we kind of like, you know, we move it to different areas, but we get it all sorted. The traffic has died down from that junction to the tip of that right now, so it's slowly moving. But crisscrossing over here hasn't worked out for us. That really hasn't worked. It's the same thing happening over here. It's not really happening there as much. But it could be the fact that I kind of changed things up so much. It could be the bulk of the traffic coming down to here. That's what that could be as well, ultimately. Okay, I'll fix that in just a minute. I just want to see how these guys now react to their new adjustments. Is there traffic lights on this? I'll get rid of you. There we go. So that should slowly start to clear this backlog. That's what it should do. And then we have this backup right now. Which, then again, we also have a backup coming into this. So what I should be doing is going bam that direction, bam that direction. You are straight ahead, compatriot. Everyone get into your right lanes on the approach. Thus reducing that little traffic. That just came out of nowhere, this one did, didn't it? It really did. So what I could also do is get rid of the connections here, allow them to merge further up the road. Because it does seem like a little bit OTT to do it straight away. So if I get rid of those two roads there, allow them to flow in a little bit easier. And continue that momentum. Nice. So the same thing might start happening over here as I'm now clearing this backlog. Right, is there traffic lights here? Yeah, oh, I missed those ones, didn't I? Junction restrictions, allow them to keep flowing over. Do it the same on all of these. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. So, fixing this city is not going to happen overnight. It really isn't. It's going to take a lot of effort because there's so many problems. And we've got to move everything. We'll slowly, slowly, slowly get there. Now, can we get them into their right lanes? Hold on. This doesn't quite sit right, does it? No wonder it's not going in the other direction. Right, is that now correct? Yeah. No wonder it didn't kind of sit right. So we'll have that turn into that lane. This turn into that lane. This can go into there and straight on into the middle. This could go into there and then straight on into the middle. I know it's going to cause some big issues for this junction. But now we got these guys able to turn in. There's going to be some big... I probably would benefit from a roundabout. But roundabouts only work when it's light traffic. That's something else we got to remember as well. So these are quite big lanes, aren't they? We don't need them this big to filter them in a bit easier. But then again, they wouldn't be going straight on these lanes, would they? Because you would take the tunnel if you're going straight on. So in retrospect, get rid of that there. Get rid of that there. You are to turn only. Because then you would take the tunnel if you're going straight ahead to bypass all this traffic. So that should slowly start to move and shift all of this. Right. Why are you stuck on here? Right, make sure that the lanes can't be switched in as you're going over the bridge. Everyone remains in their lanes. Probably cause some backlog up to this junction right now. That's not as bad, believe it or not. It's not as bad. But we do have... It's this turn here that's kind of doing us in. And that's probably where the roundabout comes into play. But it's really them. They're only coming out to go round, aren't they? Coming out this way out and to go down there. So I can make it continue underground. If it goes underground here, go underground and pop back out on this side to filter in. That reduces that traffic here. So if I right. Delete you, delete you, delete you, delete you. Now, what I'll do is... I'll keep it to what we just did then. What that road was. This style of road. But I'll make it go underground. To there. So I know that means then the junction happens up here instead. But at least that can pass under and flow through over to there if they want to get down that route. And keeps that traffic flowing. Then we'll eventually alleviate it on this junction as a whole. And something that doesn't happen as well is they don't remain in their lanes on this crisscross pit there. Which I should really make sure that they do. So that should start to shift itself now as well. It's not as bad here now as it once was. We're getting the same issue happening over here as well. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to delete this part here. And we make it go underground to bypass it. Right, that didn't work. That's really not working, isn't it? Right, we'll go from the opposite way instead. Bam. Why is that doing that? How many roads were there? That made no sense. I'll bring it to there, straight across. And, okay, it's going to come slightly diagonal, but we'll roll with it. And paint back in that commercial. So that goes underneath there. It does mean that then becomes a junction, but they get that fly under road to allow them to pass through. And, do you know, I did the same here as well, because I did cut it from the other one. So the road goes deeper into the area. Okay, the road goes deeper into the area to get it off this junction. So that's now cleared this, which is sweet. Perfection. So that will continue. That junction's that here is now cleared. Perfect. That's a lot less. I haven't really done anything in this area just yet, so that's a lot less. The middle part's now all cleared. That is slowly getting there. The backlog right now is coming over to this junction, which I'm hoping now with the alleviation I've done over here, we'll start to see this flow through too. So I'm just going to make sure that we set that up there. Keep these guys in the lanes that they need to be in for longer. You know, should shift the traffic a little bit further up. Where does that tunnel go to? He goes... Oh, why did it come out this way? I have a feeling that's facing the wrong way, that tunnel. It's on the wrong side of the road to be going in that direction. So why don't I flip it round? Can I get to it? There we go. Comes a little bit of a bypass to go onto the underground tunnel. I don't know what reason it's there just yet. I don't know if it's beneficial to anybody. But for now, I kind of spin it round so it becomes beneficial to someone. So junction restrictions and continue to flow through. And is there traffic lights here? No traffic lights going up to there. So we'll let them do what they've got to do. I'm just focusing on moving the traffic, which is now single laned because they know which lane they need to be in. Which is good for us. We might start seeing people start to use that, which will be pretty sweet. But it is slowly moving. So if that can clear like this one originally cleared, we'll then have a constant flow. I don't mind the amount of traffic there because I know it's a heavily used road and we're going to get that. I don't mind that. So with those improvements, we're now up to... We're still 59%, believe it or not. Now that could be the other areas that I have within the city, like over here, are just getting worse and worse. So it kind of counteracts the progress we're kind of slowly making over here. But I told you, they're not issues we can solve in one episode. That's using that road there, so it is beneficial for somebody. And they're all moving right now. So let's sort this one out. Or do I pull it all on this road? What I could do is if I push it all to the bigger junction road. And what we could do for this is with the normal roads that we have. I set little underground tunnels. Because I know how heavy the traffic is in this area. It's no fun for anybody. We do little tunnels like that. So traffic can bypass a whole lot easier. Without crisscrossing over that road. And then it'll alleviate the amount of traffic that passes on this junction. Which, it doesn't have traffic lights, but... with the restrictions, we won't allow people to cross the road. And I'll eventually set up our own little crossings kind of area or whatnot. Now, left-hand turns happen there, straight ahead is there, right-hand turns is there. I'll only set up this side of the road so I can understand where the majority of the traffic falls into play. What lane are they picking over other lanes? And if I set the lane management up as well, that once you're on this road, you're fixated into your lane. Get that out of that one. There we go. Just so they pick the lane they need to be in, and they skedaddle all the way up here. Now, not every lane is going to be perfect for everybody. I'm well aware of that. So I will allow that one to merge over to that one, if needs be. And that should get everybody slowly progressing over. Which this backlog here that we originally had there was quite bad. That's now cleared. So then we have this little backlog here, which is slowly moving. Because they understand now it's a quicker filter road. That's sweet. That's not as bad right now. So we made some improvements. It may have taken forever and a day, but we've definitely made some sweet improvements. And it's all about now just letting time take its toll to move it. We've got to sort this junction out. But that will slowly happen. But what I could do for this junction is I can make it where all of these guys are doing it for this turn. Because we have plenty of roads that go underneath that they could use to get to the other side. And then this is all, let's say all for this turn here. Bit OTT if you ask me. But it allows us to get the traffic flowing for now until it all pushes out, because that's my biggest issue at the minute, is just, you know, getting the traffic to move now. And then we just put, because there's so many junctions around, we can move them all over the place, which will be quite handy for us. Which has now cleared the backlog here, so I've got to be in the 60s now, right? Still 59. Is that thing 58? Is this thing broken? Now, I reckon because the longer we simulate the city, the worse the traffic gets in other areas. That's something else that I'm going to be forgetting. So we might not even see any improvements to the traffic flow for quite some time. But this area has been worked on right now. Still takes some time. There's still little improvements here, there, and everywhere we can implement in. But we're doing a pretty good job right now. So that little section right now, which is crisscrossing all over the place, could do with some help. So I could set this up in a way like this. Can I do that whole junction like that? Because there's vehicles coming from the export area. Just want to kind of shoot out of this region, don't they? Now I'll slowly move the vehicles. Slowly but surely. That's looking pretty free. Traffic's gone a bit AWOL over here, but I'm liking that they're starting to use the underground tunnels, the tunnels. For them roads in general right now. Traffic builds up to here. So as time goes on, it should slowly start to clear itself. So next episode then, we'll look towards working in a different area. I don't want to use roundabouts because there's too much traffic and it will overpower a roundabout. Roundabouts are only really good for light traffic. Not with this heavy traffic that we've got going on right now. Now I've changed that. We're getting more demand on this road, which is pretty cool to see. So slowly flowing. What I could eventually do is have an additional tunnel that comes from over here to connect up to that the tunnel underground at this point to keep it flowing. Got to do something better on this junction for this traffic to flow in and out. Could maybe set something up over here as a shortcut for over there so they can get to the highway a whole lot easier. It might be beneficial. I don't know if it would or not, but let me just double check the highway. Let's just say I came out here directly to there. Now, terrible road. Forget all about it right now. I just wonder if anyone will benefit from coming down here and jumping on straight onto the highway from this direction, from this end right now. From the export area, get out here, onto there, up they go to wherever they need to get to. I wonder if that would be beneficial for anybody around here. Only time will tell. How's that junction over here doing right now? Still a shambles, but we'll slowly get there. Slowly get there. Is there more traffic lights? Yeah. Traffic lights aren't our friend in this situation. As good as they can be, they're not our friend right now. But I told you this is going to be a big challenge. I told you. So let's end it for here then. Average traffic flow, 59%. It hasn't budged. But we know we've made progress in this area slightly. There is still like little sections where it doesn't benefit. This is actually beneficial for some people. They're now starting to use it. So we could set up a better connection to the highway over here, which will alleviate this. Set a better connection up for there as well. There's traffic lights here we could get rid of. Bam. Keep it flowing. And we should slowly get there. We've got to set up a better system here. Because coming down to here and going down to there is not too great. This is a residential area. I might literally think about capping this whole little section off here. Because it is all residential. Don't feel like we need it. And it will just allow the vehicles to flow through. Not cause any issues. And maybe as well having little cut through roads through parts of the industrial area here. So they haven't got to go up, drive all the way down to come in, and vice versa. Now, would that be beneficial as well to create more junctions here and there? Is these too many junctions maybe? But spreading the traffic a little bit more evenly to where they need to get to might be helpful. And then maybe adding in additional bridges going across the waterfront to disperse the traffic a little bit easier. Could be a thing. Could work negatively in our favor. Only time will tell. We'll see what happens. But guys, we're going to end it for here anyway. We've actually got up to 60%. So in this whole episode, we managed... Oh, 61%! We managed to improve it by 2%. It'll probably go back down in just a minute. But these are the start of the improvements. Once we start to fix the traffic in the other areas, when the traffic flows down to these areas, we kind of solve them. So it will just take time. You got to remember, we've got like 453,000 in our population. Traffic is never going to be too easy. So when you look at this here right now, this underground, that section there and whatnot, it looks ridiculous. We have some terrible connections to the highway. This could be solved really easy. Really easy. I think we chose one of the hardest areas to work with in the first episode. And we'll just kind of play around. I mean, like, it's just normal straight roads that are kind of heavy filtered with traffic. We just got to sort out lane management. So there's a lot of fixes we could do. The majority of it is on these roundabouts. So we just got to sort out the flow a whole lot easier. But that is all part of the challenge. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. It's the start of what could be quite a complex, frustrating series, but it should be a lot of fun. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.